Test 1.
Instructions. You are going to hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the real test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1. Section 1. You will hear a conversation between a counsellor and a student about job application. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 4. You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Good afternoon, sir. May I come in?
Yes, come in please.
Is this the Career Centre of the University of Sydney?
Certainly it is. What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to inquire some information about student part-time job.
Fine. Take a seat and let's fill in this application form first, okay?
Okay.
What's your full name?
My name is Sarah Keeney.
Could you spell your last name?
It is Keeny.
Right. The student's name is Sarah Keeney, so Sarah Keeney has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Good afternoon, sir. May I come in?
Yes, come in please.
Is this the Career Centre of the University of Sydney?
Certainly it is. What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to inquire some information about student part-time job.
Fine. Take a seat and let's fill in this application form first, okay?
Okay.
What's your full name?
My name is Sarah Keeney.
Could you spell your last name?
It is Keeny.
Right, Sarah. What's your age?
I am 22 years old.
Okay, 22. Where are you from?
I am an overseas student from London.
Okay. The first part of form is educational background.
I graduated from the University of Birmingham and awarded bachelor
Test 1.
degree in economics.
Instructions. Okay. You are going to hear a number of different recordings.
And now I am a
and
postgraduate
you will have to
of the
answer
University
questions
of
on
Sydney.
what you hear. What's your major? There will be time
My
for you
major
to read
is
the
business
instructions and
administration.
questions. Good choice. And you will have a
Yes.
chance to check your
The
work.
next item is
All the
awards.
recordings will
Have
be
you
played
ever been
once
awarded
only.
some honours?
The
I
test
have
is
won
in
a
4
scholarship
sections.
of the University of Birmingham in 2006.
At the end of the real test,
Anything else?
you will be given
And I was
10 minutes to
awarded the
transfer
honour
your
of
answers to
outstanding
the answer
student.
sheet.
How
Now
about
turn
some
to
honour in
section 1.
sports?
Do you attend some sports club?
Yes, I joined in a tennis club and was
Section
awarded
1.
the title of the MVP of tennis
You will hear a
competition
conversation
in
between a
2007.
counsellor and a student
Good.
about job
What
application.
other skills
you master? First, you
I've
have
got a
some time
driving
to look at
licence.
questions 1
No,
to 4.
I
mean that kind of skill, such as computer or something like that.
Oh, I'm good at PowerPoint,
Fine.
and I can speak some Japanese and Spanish.
Really? That's very good.
Yeah.
Now look at questions 5
You will
to
see
10.
that
There is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Good afternoon, sir. May I come in?
Yes, come in please.
Is this the Career Centre of the University of Sydney?
Certainly it is. What can I do for you?
Now
listen carefully
Well,
and
I'd
answer
like to
questions
inquire
5
some information
to 10.
about student part-time job.
Fine. Take a seat and let's fill in this application form first. The next item
Okay.
is working experience. What's your full name?
My
I
name
was the
is
chairman
Sarah
of the
Keeney.
student union when I was
Could you
a senior
spell your
student.
last name?
It is K
Good.
E
Do you have any
E
experience as
N
volunteer?
Y. Yes.
Right.
I have been a volunteer
The
to
student's
service for
name is
leukemia
Sarah
children.
Keeney. So
Great,
Sarah
Sarah.
Keeney has
You
been
have
written
some
in the
working
space.
experience
relating to
Now
your major.
we
We shall begin.
How about
You should
part-time
answer
job?
the questions as you
Yes.
listen, because you
I
will
had
not
worked
hear the
as an
recording a
office
second
assistant
time.
in the library
Listen
of Birmingham
carefully
University.
and answer questions
When
1 to 4.
and
And how long did you take the part-time
Good
job?
afternoon, sir. About one
May
and a
I
half
come
year
in?
when I was a
Yes,
junior
come in,
student.
please.
Is this the
Fine.
career centre
The
of
last
the
item
University
is
of
job
Sydney?
requirements. Certainly it is.
Well,
What can I do
do
for
not
you?
care about the position and
I'd
working
like
hours,
to inquire some
but I hope
information
to get a
about
good
student
pay part-time job.
What's your minimum
Fine.
pay range? Take a seat
I
and
think
let's
at
fill in
least
this
from
application form
$10
first.
to
Okay?
$15
Okay.
per hour.
Okay. What's
I
your
got it.
full name? Anything else?
My name is Sarah
It's better
Keeney.
for me
to have a job
Could you
with more
spell your last name?
opportunities to
It
have
is
training sessions.
Okay. Anything else?
Y. No, that's
right,
all.
Sarah. What's your age? Let me
I am
check.
22 years old.
Oh, there is a
Okay,
vacant position
22.
in our international
Where are you
language
from?
centre.
What's
I
the
am an
position?
overseas student
A
from London.
receptionist and an office assistant. The
Are you
first part
interested
of
in
form
them?
is
Yes.
educational
Can you
background.
help me book a job
I
interview
graduated
now? from the University of,
Of course.
Birmingham.
How
an awarded
about
bachelor
11
degree
o'clock
in
on
economics.
next Monday? Okay,
Fine, thank you.
economics.
Oh, could
And
you
now
give me
I am
some
a
suggestions
postgraduate
for my
of the
interview?
University of Sydney.
Usually, there are
What's
some
your
job
major?
interview tips,
My major
What
is
kind of
business
tips?
administration.
such as
Good
do not be
choice.
nervous
Yes.
and have confidence. The next item is
Yes.
awards. And I think
you
it's
ever
better
been
to think
awarded
about
some
the
honours?
questions that may be
I have
asked
won a
before
scholarship
interview.
of the University
Yes,
of Birmingham
that's very
in
important.
2006.
And wear clean
Anything
and
else?
formal clothes,
And I was
such
awarded
as shirt,
the honour
not
of
miniskirt.
outstanding student.
Right.
And be
How
careful
about some
about the
honour in
interview time.
sports?
Yes,
Do you
I will
attend
be on
some
time.
sports club? And how
Yes.
about get there
I
10
joined
minutes
in a
earlier?
tennis club
Yes.
and was awarded
Thank
the
you very
title
much
of
for
the
your help and
MVP
suggestions.
of tennis competition
You're welcome.
in
luck.
2007.
Good.
This is the end
What
of
other
section
skills
1.
you master?
You now
got a
have
driving
half a minute
licence.
to check your answers. No, I mean that kind of skill, such as computer or something like that.
Oh, I'm good at PowerPoint,
Fine.
and I can speak some Japanese and Spanish.
Really? That's very good.
Yeah.
Now look at questions 5 to 10. Now turn to section 2. Section 2. You will hear a conversation about transportation and questions 5 to 10. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 16. Fine. The next item is working experience.
I was the chairman of the student union when I was a senior student.
Good. Do you have any experience as volunteer?
Yes, I have been a volunteer to service for leukemia children.
Now listen carefully
Sarah.
and answer questions
Do you have some
11
working
to
experience
16 relating to your major. Hey, sweetie.
How about
what are you
part-time
doing?
job? Hi, Daddy.
Yes.
I'm looking for
I
a
had
map.
worked
as an office assistant.
Why do you need it?
In the library
I will
of
go to
Birmingham
attend a
University
party
on Friday evening
When?
in a rural
And
house.
how long did you
and
take
then
the
we will
part-time
have
job?
a trip to the
About
hill
1.5
next
year.
morning when I was a junior
Which one is
student.
important? Fine.
Of course, the trip.
The last item
but I
is
also
job
look forward to the
requirements.
party.
Well,
Why do you ask
I
the
do
question?
not care about the position
I just want
and
to
working
remind
hours,
you of taking some
but
gifts.
I hope to get a good
Oh,
pay.
yes.
I will attend
What's
a
your
goodbye
minimum
party.
pay range? A goodbye party?
I think at
Yes,
least
for
from
joy.
$10
You know she
to
will emigrate to
$15 per
Germany
hour.
next week.
Okay, I got it.
So
Anything
what
else? Gift you give her?
It's better for
How
me to have a
about an
job
ice
with
cream
more
cake?
opportunities to
I
have
don't
training
think
sessions.
it will be a good choice. Okay.
What's
Anything
your
else?
suggestion? No, That's
I
all.
remember you both like teddy bear, right? Let me
Sure.
check.
A good idea.
Oh, there is
Daddy,
a vacant position
know
in
where
our
is Hill
International
Peak?
Language Centre.
How can I get
What's
there?
the position?
How about take a receptionist
No.
and an office
Joy
assistant?
tells me Tube
Are you
cannot
interested
help me
in them?
reach there. Yes.
Tram?
Can you help me
I know
book
there
a
is a
job
station.
interview now? Yes, but I will
Of
have
course.
to waste 3
How
hours on it.
about 11 o'clock on next Monday? Too long.
Fine,
Daddy,
thank you. What do you think about
could you give me
some suggestions
Yes,
for my
sweetie,
interview?
that's a perfect transport
Usually,
if you're
there are some
preparing for
job
hundreds of
interview
pounds.
tips.
what kind
No.
of tips?
Can you help me?
Such as, do not be
Listen to
nervous
me
and
why
have
don't you
confidence.
drive your new car?
Yes. Oh, Daddy.
And I think it's better
I am
to
a
think
new
about
driver
the
and I
questions
don't
that may
know the
be
route
asked
map.
before interview. Come on, darling.
Yes,
have
that's
a
very
confidence,
important.
okay? Let's
And
check
wear
the map
clean
now.
and
formal clothes, such as shirt, not miniskirt.
Right.
And be careful about the interview time.
Yes, I
Now
will
look
be on
at
time.
question 17
And how
to
about
20. Get there 10 minutes earlier.
Yes. Thank you very much for your help and suggestions.
You're welcome. Good luck. This is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now listen carefully and answer questions 17 to 20.
Daddy, did you find the destination on the map?
Yes, you see, we are here.
Sure.
Go to east and you will see a supermarket on your left.
Supermarket.
Yes, on the King Street.
Okay.
And then
Now
go
turn
down
to
this
section
street
2.
and turn right on the second intersection.
Turn right.
Yes, there is a white tall
Section
building
2.
called Art Tower on your left.
Sure. I am on
You will
Queen
hear
Lane
a
now.
conversation
Is that right?
about transportation and map. And then drive to
First,
east
you
about,
have some
let me
time to
check,
look at questions
about 10
11
minutes
to
you will
16.
see a big shopping mall named Wonderful. Still on your right, and then turn left on the crossroad.
Turn left and go down this street.
Yes, you will see a river.
Cross the river?
No,
No?
not cross the river now. You should drive to east-north, past a theatre, and
Now
then drive
listen
about
carefully
20 minutes
and
answer questions
you will see a
11
cathedral
to nearby a
16.
bridge.
Cross the river?
Hey, sweetie. Yes.
What are you doing?
After cross the river,
Daddy.
a woodside
I'm
park
looking
is
for a
facing
map.
to you.
Fine.
Why do you need it?
And is it near to my destination? I will go to attend a party on
Right.
Friday evening
Just
in a rural
past the
house.
park and drive
And then
10
we will
minutes
have
to
a
east
trip
and you will
to the
arrive.
Hill Peak next morning. Thanks a lot, Daddy.
Which one
You're
is
welcome.
important?
Of course, the
This
trip.
is the end
but
of
I
section
also
2.
look forward to the party.
You now have half
Why
a
do you
minute
ask
to
the
check your
question?
answers. I just want to remind you of taking some gifts.
Oh, yes. I will attend a goodbye party.
A goodbye party?
Yes, for Joy. You know she will emigrate to German next week.
Ah, so what gift do you give her?
How about an ice cream cake?
I don't think it will be a good choice.
What's your suggestion?
I remember you both like teddy bear, right?
Sure, a good idea. Daddy, do you know where is Hill Peak?
Now turn to
How
section
can
3.
I get there?
How about take the tube?
No, Joy tells me Tube cannot help me reach there.
Section
Tram.
3. I know there is a station.
Yes, but I will
You will
have to
hear a
waste 3 hours
conversation
on
about
it.
a student
Sure,
applying for
a
a
little too
university
long.
library card.
Daddy, what
First,
do
you
you
have
think
some
about a
time to
cab?
look at questions
Yes,
21
sweetie,
to
that's
24.
a
Perfect transport if you're preparing for hundreds of pounds.
no. Can you help me?
Listen to me. Why don't you drive your new car?
Oh, Daddy, I am a new driver and I don't know the route map.
Come on, darling. Have a confidence, okay? Let's check the map now. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 24. Now look
Good
at
morning.
questions 17
Welcome to the library.
20.
How can I help you?
Good morning. I want to apply for a library card. Should I apply here?
Right. Are you a new student or did you lose your card?
I am a new student.
Okay. Could you tell me some of your personal details first?
Sure.
What's your full name?
My
Now
name
listen
is Harry
carefully
and
but-
answer questions 17
Could you spell your
to
last
20.
name?
P-E-A-R-T.
Okay, Harry. Where are
Daddy?
you from? Did you find
America.
the destination on the
And
map?
what's
your faculty?
Yes, you see, I am studying
here.
in psychology.
Sure. Fine.
Go to
Do you
East
take
and you
some
will see a
documents we
supermarket
need?
on your left. I take my
Supermarket?
Union card. Yes, on the
Okay.
King Street.
And your photo? Okay.
Passport photo.
And
then go
Yes.
down this street
How
and
many
turn
do you
right
need?
on the second
Just
intersection.
Turn right.
How much should I pay for the card? Yes, there is a white
Usually
tall
we have
building
two
called
cards.
Art Tower on your
One
left.
is a
Sure.
public card
I
with
am on Queen Lane now,
£145,
is that right?
and £0
Yes.
for our registered
And then drive
students.
to East about,
Let
do you
me
mean
check.
it is free? About 10
Of
minutes.
course.
You will see a
That's so
big
great.
shopping mall named
But if
Wonderful.
you want to borrow some CDs
Still on your right,
or DVDs
and then
from our
turn
library,
left on the
you
crossroad.
have to pay a little money.
Turn left and go
How
down
much?
this street.
As usual,
Yes,
it is
you will
about
see a river.
from £2
Cross the river?
to £7,
No,
depending
No?
on the item you
not
borrow.
cross the river now. Okay. You should drive to East So North.
how
How many books can
Pass
I
a
borrow? Theatre,
We
and
allow
then drive
up to
about
18
20 minutes.
items to
You will
student
see a
card,
cathedral
but
nearby
only
a bridge.
8 to public
Cross the
card.
river.
Yes.
Does that include
After
reference
cross the river,
books,
a
newspapers,
Woodside Park
journals,
is
and
facing to you.
articles?
Of course.
Fine.
And is
Great.
it near to my destination?
Right. Just past the park and drive 10 minutes to
Now
East
look at
and you will
questions
arrive. 25
Fine.
to 30.
Thanks a lot, Daddy.
You're welcome. This is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now listen carefully and answer questions 25 to 30.
You should check index card when you borrow books.
What kind of cards?
There are 3 types of cards for you to locate the book you need.
Such
Now
as
turn
title
to
card? Section 3.
Yes, author card and topic card.
Okay. May I check the information from
Section
the internet?
3.
Of course you can. Have you registered your
You
personal
will hear
laptop?
a conversation
No,
about
I
a student applying for a
If you
university
register
library
it,
card.
you will have
First, you have
username
some time
and a
to look at
password.
questions 21 to 24.
and then you can visit the library website and search books on the internet at your home.
How long can I keep a book?
Usually, there are 3 different loans. Reference books with white label mean 4 weeks. 1 week for books with yellow colour, and some important
Now
books
listen
called
carefully
closed
and
reserve
answer questions
are often
21
labelled
to
with
24.
red colour.
Does
Good
that
morning.
mean I have to
Welcome
read
to
in
the
library?
library. Definitely.
How can I help you?
Besides, closed
Good morning.
reserve some
I want
current
to apply
issues
for a library
and
card.
journals
Should
can
I apply
only
here?
be read in the
Right.
library. Are you a new student
Okay.
or did you
Are there
lose
some
your card?
photocopy facilities
I
in
am a new
library?
student.
Sure.
Okay.
Could
All
you
the
tell me
machines
some
are
of
on
your
the second
personal
floor.
details first? You can use
Sure.
your library card
What's your
to
full
start
name?
the machines.
My name is
and then
Harry
use them.
Pert.
Remember,
Could you spell your
our
last
machines
name?
don't take coins.
P-E-A-R-T. Can I renew
Okay,
books by
Harry.
internet?
Where are you from?
Maybe,
America.
Or maybe not.
and what's your faculty?
If your book is overdue,
I am studying in
I mean
psychology.
recalled book,
Fine.
you have to
Do
come
you
back
take
to the
some
reception
documents we
on the
need?
ground floor to
I
return
take my
the book
union card.
within 7 working
Okay,
days.
and your photo?
and then pay a
Passport
fine.
photo?
Yes,
Okay.
How many do you
How
need?
much about the fine?
just one. The minimum
How much
fine
should I pay
is
for the
£2.
card? Okay.
Usually we have 2 cards.
Anything else?
One
Nothing.
is a public
That's
card
great.
with £145
It is your library card.
and £0
Thank you very much.
for our registered
Goodbye.
students. Goodbye.
Do you mean it is free? This is the
Of
end of
course.
section 3.
That's so great.
You now have
But if
half
you
a
want to
minute
borrow
to check
some
your
CDs
answers.
or DVDs from our library, you have to pay a little money.
How much?
As usual, it is about from £2 to £7, depending on the item you borrow.
Okay. So how many books can I borrow?
We allow up to 18 items to student card, but only 8 to public card.
Does that include reference books, newspapers, journals and articles?
Of course.
Great. Now turn to section 4. Now look at questions 25 to 30. Section 4. You will hear a lecture about British educational system. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 25 to 30.
You should check index card when you borrow books.
What kind of cards?
There are 3 types of cards for you to locate the book you need.
Such as title card?
Yes, author card
Now listen
and topic
carefully
card.
and answer questions 31 to 40. May I check the information from the internet?
Of course you can. Have you registered your personal
Many people
laptop?
think that school
No, I
is
haven't.
just about teaching
If you
children
register it,
what are
you
often
will
called
have
the 3
a
R's:
username and a
reading,
password.
writing,
Fine.
and
And then you
arithmetic.
can visit the library website.
In other words,
and
the
search
purpose of
books on the
school
internet
is
at
to
your
provide
home.
children with literacy
long can I
and the
keep a
other
book?
basic skills they will need
Usually,
to become
there are 3
active
different
members of
loans.
society.
Reference books
However,
with white label
the purpose of the
mean
British
4 weeks,
educational system
1 week
is to
for books
also
with yellow
socialise
colour,
children.
and some important books called
Children are taught
Closed
practical
Reserve
skills,
are often
but in
labelled
school
with
they
red
also
colour.
learn the rules and
Does that
values
mean
they
I have
need
to read in
become
library?
good citizens,
Definitely.
to participate in the
Besides,
community
Closed
and
Reserve
social
some current
life,
issues and
and
journals
to
can
contribute
only be
to
read
the
in
economic
library.
prosperity of
Okay.
an
There's
advanced
some
industrial
photocopy facilities
economy.
in library.
Sure.
Great
All the
Britain
machines are on
is
the
a
second
society
floor.
in which
You can
social
use your
class
library cards
is still
to start the
very
machines
important.
and then use them.
In Britain, the
Remember,
accent you
our
speak
machines
with,
don't
the
take
clothes you
coins.
wear, and the
Can I
colleges
renew
you
books by
attend
internet?
are all markers
Maybe,
that
or maybe
identify
not.
your social class.
If your book is overdue,
The
I
college
mean
tie
record book,
is an
you have to
important
come back to
marker
the reception
of social
on the ground
class.
floor to return the book.
Even
within
on
7
informal
working
occasions,
days,
you
and
will
then pay a
sometimes see
fine.
men wearing their school ties
Okay,
as
how much
belts
about the fine?
to hold up their trousers.
The minimum fine is £2.
Proudly displaying their
Okay.
attendance at a certain
Anything
school.
else?
Nothing.
That's
The
great.
2 oldest
It is your
universities in
library
Britain
card.
are
Thank
Oxford
you very
and
much.
Cambridge.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
These 2
This
rival
is the end of
universities
section
have
3.
been nicknamed
You
Oxbridge,
now have half a minute to
which
check
is
your
still the
answers.
single best way to guarantee a successful career. According to records, 46% of Conservative Party members of Parliament were graduates of Oxbridge, as were 3/4 of the government executive. Most senior civil servants are also Oxbridge graduates. When people in Britain talk about the Old Boys Network, they mean this elite group of men who went to school
Now
and
turn to
university
section
together.
4.
The British education system is run by the state, which provides
Section
funding,
4.
oversees standards, and tries to make
will
sure
hear a
that
lecture
all
about
British
British
children receive a
educational
quality
system.
education.
First, you have some
One of
time
the
to look
largest,
at questions
most
31
important government
to 40.
departments is the Ministry of Education. In 1944, the Education Act made entry to secondary schools and universities meritocratic. All children were given the right to a free secondary education, not because they were of a certain social class or because their parents possessed a certain amount of money. In the 1960s,
Now listen
comprehensive
carefully
schools were
and
introduced
answer
all over
questions
the country,
31 to
which
40.
ended the division between grammar schools, where the most academically capable students
Many
were
people
sent to
think
be
that
prepared
school
for university.
is
Is just about teaching children, and
What are
vocational
often
called the
schools?
3 R's, where less
Reading,
successful students were
writing,
sent to learn
and
the trade.
arithmetic.
In other words,
Entrance
the purpose
exams
of school were
is to
abolished,
provide children
and
with
schools
literacy
were no longer
and the
allowed
other
to let
basic
students
skills they will
compete
need
to
for
become
places.
active members of society. In
However,
1976,
the purpose of the
British educational system was the focus of a new controversy
children.
when the Labour Party started the
Children are taught
Great
practical
Education
skills.
debate.
But in school,
About national
they also
standards
learn
and
the rules
styles
and
of
values
teaching
they need
to become
However,
good citizens.
the government
thought that
to
job
participate
training
in
was
the
also
community
very important,
and social life.
It felt that schools were
And
not paying
to
enough
contribute
attention
to the
teaching
economic
students the
prosperity
traditional
of an
3 Rs.
advanced
industrial economy.
Therefore,
in 1989,
Great
the Ministry
Britain
of Education
is a
introduced
society
a
in
national
which
curriculum.
social
class is still
nowadays
very important. All children throughout the
In
country
Britain
must
the
study
accent you
English
speak
with,
the
mathematics
clothes
you wear,
science,
and the colleges
religious
you
education,
attend are all
history,
markers
geography,
that identify your
technology,
social class. Music, The
art,
college tie
physical
is
education,
an important marker
and a modern
of social
foreign
class,
language.
etc. Even on informal occasions, you will sometimes see men wearing their school ties
Now in Britain,
as belts. Children
to
are
hold up
legally
their
obliged to
trousers,
attend school from the age of 5,
proudly displaying
or
their
4
attendance
in
at a
Northern
certain
Ireland
school.
to 16. The
Parents
two
can
oldest
choose between
universities
sending
in
their
Britain
children
are
to
Oxford
state schools
and or to
Cambridge.
private schools. These two
Rival
rival
schools
universities
are funded
have been
by local
nicknamed
and central
Oxbridge.
government.
About
Which is still the
93%
single best
of
way
pupils
to guarantee
receive
a
free
successful
education
career.
from the public sector. According to records,
In the private sector,
46%
there are independent
of Conservative
schools,
Party
which are
members of
commonly,
Parliament
but
were
confusingly,
graduates of
called
Oxbridge,
public schools.
as were 3/4
Independent
of the government
schools
executive
receive
their funding through the private
Most
sector,
senior
and
civil
through
servants
tuition rates
are
also
with
Oxbridge
some
graduates.
government assistance.
When people in Britain
Up to the age of
talk
5,
about the children
Old
may have
Boys
some
Network,
pre-primary
they mean
schooling,
this elite
in
group of
nursery
men
schools,
who went to
daycare,
school and university
or
together.
playgroups. Between the ages of
The
5
British
to 11,
education system
pupils
is
mainly
run by the
attend
state,
sector,
which provides
state
funding,
primary schools, oversees standards
from the age of
and
11
tries to make
up
sure
to around the age
that
of
all
18,
British children receive
students
a quality
attend
education.
secondary schools.
One of the largest,
About
most
90%
important government
of
departments
secondary schools
is the Ministry
are
of Education,
comprehensive schools,
which admit children
In 1944,
without reference to their academic
the Education
abilities.
Act made entry to
After 5
secondary
years
schools
of secondary
and
education,
universities
English,
meritocratic,
Northern Irish, and Welsh
all
students
children
sit
were
their
given the right to a free
GCSE
secondary
exam.
education,
or
not
because
general
they were of a
certificate
certain
of
social
secondary
class,
education.
or because their parents
Based on these
possessed
results,
a certain amount of
pupils
money.
can decide
Whether to quit school
in the
or to prepare to
1960s,
sit exams for
comprehensive
university entrance.
schools were introduced all over
The
the
General
country,
Certificate of
which ended the
Education
division between grammar
Advanced
schools
is usually called the
where the most
A-levels
academically
exam.
capable students were sent to be
This is
prepared
for students
university
who want to pursue further
and
education
vocational
at
schools,
university, where less successful students
Pupils
were sent
have to try to
learn
get
the trade.
3 or 4 A-levels in the subjects
Entrance
they are
exams
most
were
proficient
abolished,
at.
and schools were no longer
Other
allowed to
pupils
let
who
students
decide not to go
compete
to university
for places.
may choose to take vocational training,
In
which provide a
1976,
broadly based
British
preparation
education
for future work.
was the focus of a new controversy. When the,
The
Labour
Open
Party
University
started the
in Britain
Great
offers a
Education debate
non-traditional route
about
for
national
people
standards
to take
and
university
styles of
level
teaching.
courses and receive
However,
a university
the government
degree.
thought that job training was also
There
very
is
important.
no formal entry
It
requirement,
felt that schools were
such
not
as
paying
qualifications
enough attention
when
to
students
teaching
register.
students the traditional 3 Rs.
Students follow university
Therefore,
courses through
in
textbooks,
1989,
TV,
the Ministry of
and
Education
radio
introduced
broadcasts,
a national
video,
curriculum,
and even the internet.
Nowadays,
First
all degree
children throughout
courses
the country
are mainly full-time
must study
and
English,
last 3 years.
mathematics,
Except in Scotland, where
science,
they take 4 years.
religious education,
Degree
history,
titles vary,
geography,
but usually one award is
technology,
a Bachelor of Arts,
music,
or BA,
art,
or a Bachelor of
physical
Science,
education,
a BSc,
and a modern foreign
for a second
language,
degree Master of
etc.
Arts, MA, or Science, MSc, and Doctor of Philosophy,
Now in
PhD.
Britain,
Children are legally
while in
obliged to
Cambridge
attend
and
school from the age
Oxford,
of 5.
the BA
or 4
converts
in
to an
Northern
MA
Ireland
several years
16.
later upon paying
Parents
a fee.
can choose between sending their children to
This
state
is the
schools
end of
or
section
to
4.
private schools.
You now have half a
State
minute to
schools
check your
are
answers.
funded by local and central government. About 93% of pupils receive free education from the public sector. In the private sector, there are independent schools, which are commonly, but confusingly, called public schools. Independent schools receive their funding through the private sector and through tuition rates, with some government assistance. Up to the age of 5, children may have some pre-primary schooling in nursery schools, daycare, or playgroups. Between the ages of 5
This
to
is
11,
the end of the
pupils
listening
mainly
test.
attend
You
sector
now have
state
10
primary
minutes
schools.
to transfer your answers to
From
the
the age
listening
of 11
answer sheet.
up to around the age of 18, students attend secondary schools. About 90% of secondary schools are comprehensive schools, which admit children without reference to their academic abilities. After 5 years of secondary education, English, Northern Irish, and Welsh students sit their GCSE exam, or General Certificate of Secondary Education. Based on these results, pupils can decide whether to quit school or to prepare to sit exams for university entrance. The General Certificate of Education, Advanced, is usually called the A-levels exam. This is for students who want to pursue further education at university. Pupils have to try to get 3 or 4 A-levels in the subjects they are most proficient at. Other pupils who decide not to go to university may choose to take vocational training, which provide a broadly based preparation for future work. The Open University in Britain offers a non-traditional route for people to take university-level courses and receive a university degree. There is no formal entry requirement, such as qualifications when students register. Students follow university courses through textbooks, TV and radio broadcasts, video, and even the internet. First degree courses are mainly full-time and last 3 years, except in Scotland where they take 4 years. Degree titles vary, but usually one award is a Bachelor of Arts, or BA, or a Bachelor of Science, a BSc. For a second degree Master of Arts, MA, or Science, MSc, and Doctor of Philosophy, PhD. While in Cambridge and Oxford, the BA converts to an MA several years later upon paying a fee.
This is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. This is the end of the listening test. You now have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the listening answer sheet.